Okay. Wow, are these in chronological order?
They're in chronological order.
Hot dog. Okay.
I'm taking pictures of you. I'm taking pictures of everything.
So this is the first photo that I took of you. It is outside of a place called Luca Lounge.
I remember this.
And this was taken on December 1st, 2011.
Unreal.
2011.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I remember this being one of the first like proper shows I was booked on and feeling like really excited about that. And it was that space where it was you get there's like a little bar in the front and then in the back a big skylight that I
Yeah.
think eventually collapsed and let a lot of rain into the bar.
Yes, it did.
But that show was a big deal to me. And look at that. This is I don't want to rush this, but this is all sort of the same
Yeah.
moment in time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I loved this was my friend Carol Hartzell had a show at Luca Lounge and it was on was it Avenue A or Avenue B?
I think this is like 13th and B, something
Okay.
like that. Wow. I didn't even have glasses yet. This was so long ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, this was
These are cute.
these are so cute. They're so fun. And these are just shot on a Mary Gate, I think probably next door to Luca Lounge. And they do feel like a very specific time and place.
Definitely. I feel now this is the time that kids are calling indie sleaze, which I feel I do feel nostalgic for. It was a time of where I wore a lot of mixed bracelets. I feel like that was a big thing.
I did too. Yeah.
Lots of like loose beads and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a thing. It was a little bit of the Madonna vibe, like her 80s bracelets. That's at least what I was trying to do. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
quite a lot of bracelets going on here. I think
Yeah.
some of these are embroidered. I see a Timex watch that I bought in the basement of 30 Rock where I worked at the time.
Wow, you did work at 30 Rock?
Yeah, I used to be I was working for it was Late Night with Jimmy Fallon at the time. It was on at 12:30.
Wow.
And the basement concourse of 30 Rock had a pharmacy with like a big display of Timex watches. And I remember being like, these are pretty cheap. I like them. So I'm wearing a watch, mostly decorative, on my right arm. Okay.
And this photo this photo is from August 25th, 2012.
Oh my God.
It's at the Creek Awards
Oh, the Creek Award.
at the Creek in the Cave. So you enter the archives in 2011, and then I don't see you again until August of 2012. And so probably you were just quite busy at the show.
That might be, yeah. I think um it took a little I moved to New York in 2010 and started doing open mics pretty quickly after that. But I feel like it did take some time to get in a rhythm of like knowing everybody in our community and like being booked on things more steadily. But wait, this is the Creek Awards too?
Yeah, it's the Creek Awards.
Wow. Okay.
And I don't know why you have a wig on top of your head.
I thought it was a fur hat. Of
It
course,
might
that's a
be.
wig.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's there.
Well, I feel like sometimes backstage at the Creek, there used to be like all sorts of random costume pieces and props from from sketch shows and things like that. So I would bet I found this. But yeah, it's great to Jacqueline Novak and Emily Fleming. I
Yeah.
love both of them.
Yeah.
Both in Los Angeles now, I believe.
Traitors.
Traitors.
Can't believe you guys.
You abandoned the Creek Awards. How could you?
And me. And me. Come on.
Oh, I do remember this. I can tell that's Michelle Wolf just
Yeah.
from the side.
That's you and Michelle Wolf outside of the Creek in the Cave. We're still at the Creek Awards in 2012.
Cutie.
Yeah.
And she's got, it looks like maybe different painted nails. Very indie sleaze.
So you moved here from where?
I graduated college in 2010. I was, at Northwestern University outside Chicago, but I knew I wanted to come to New York and try to do comedy, like, I had that in my head as, like, this is the plan, and, um, did a variety of, like, odd jobs before it crystallized into anything, but, getting to do yeah, getting to do things at the Creek and at Luca Lounge and all these places, like, I'm like, "Oh, I felt like something was happening,"
Yeah,
so and now it feels like I don't know, it is partly just that a lot of people have moved. I think Michelle is, uh
in Spain
yeah, that was what I heard last too, but, yeah, we used to see each other all the
all the
time,
time. Yeah.
and these are so cute.
Yeah, so that is 51st Jokes
Yeah.
in January of 2013, January 4th, 2013.
Oh my gosh.
So you hadn't been here that long and you already were on 51st Jokes. It seems like you plugged in pretty fast.
I just like it was all I wanted to do. So it was and, in those precious years where it's like, it's cheap to keep yourself alive and you're fine sleeping in like, a three-bedroom with four people in it. And like, I just was like, this is eating and breathing this world. So, um, yeah, and really into my side part, apparently,
Yeah,
which I think is coming back too.
yeah, it looks good.
Thanks. I mean, yeah, 51st Jokes. I will still go to great lengths to do that show because it gives me this feeling where it's like, yeah, this is the community together sort of thing. It's wonderful. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
Matt!
that's you and Matt Koff.
Oh, he's still one of my very good buddies. I love Matt.
Yeah, and that's at a party for Sachi and Jake on March 29th, 2013.
Oh my
Think it
god.
was their engagement party.
That sounds right to me. I just got an email from them on the way that they're having a 40th birthday party together. It's coming up. So it's decades. It's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and
Okay.
speaking of,
Okay.
we cut to a photo of you and Sachi. This is you guys doing Stick or Treat. I wanna say you're doing Garfunkel and Oates.
100%. I
Yeah.
am most definitely she's got that's the haircut for sure. And oh my god. Yeah, that was so fun. Um, this dress is from Topshop. It's weird that I remember this,
Oh,
but
listen, Topshop dresses from that era, get out of here.
it was yeah.
Unmatched.
Oh, this is so fun.
Yeah, and they're holding cardboard guitars.
I wanna say
Oh,
ukuleles maybe,
ukuleles.
right? These look little.
Yeah,
I think we're cute. That was the song. It was like, "Look how cute we are. We're cute."
but that's one of the things that I love about Stick or Treat is the impromptu props and costumes and, that yeah, these are cardboard ukuleles. Because what are you gonna do? Buy a ukulele for that one bit?
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm not sure we did a whole lot of rehearsing for this either, but that's the joy of these shows is like 50 First Jokes and Stick or Treat. It's like a 2-minute set.
Yeah,
So even if it goes really badly, it's like over fast. But we look like we're having a really good time. So
yeah,
I'm guessing this went well.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, the photo is them running off stage, grinning from ear to ear,
Yes.
and it's a little out of focus because they were running fast.
Yeah, we were very bouncy. We were young.
Yeah,
Couldn't be contained. That's so cute. Ah,
and then the next photo of 51st Jokes 2013.
that's gotta be. I see Mike Racine, Janelle James, and Nate Fernald. Oh,
Yeah,
really great, funny comedians who I love. And this skirt is Topshop as well, FYI.
they were on a run, man. They were on a really, really good run. And yeah, this is 2014. I think it's like the camera data says January 3rd, 2014.
Wow. I remember one thing from 50 First Jokes that still makes me laugh is, there was a might have been this year, there was, like, a huge blizzard right before, and it was, like, the snow gets really dirty, and it's 50 comedians sitting on stage, and Mike Racine got up and said, "50 worst jokes, this show should be called 50 Dirtiest Boots," and for some reason, I remember that and think it's hilarious
Yeah.
still, so
Yeah, Racine.
oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, so these are more fun portraits from that night, and I think these are our first backstage at the Bell House pictures, of which we now have quite a few.
Yeah, these are so fun. This
And
is backstage at the Bell House too?
yeah, just
I
a
see
little.
Henry Zebrowski. Oh, yeah, these were such a blast. Okay, where are we in time here, you think?
So this is Crappy Cinema Council, April 11th, 2014.
I loved that show.
Yeah, those guys were great.
Still keep in touch with Jim Van Blaricum, who is also in LA, but
Also in LA.
okay.
Okay, so now we're at our first portrait session, and this is in 2014. It's in May of 2014. I sort of died a little bit when I saw these. I made you look like a realtor.
What makes a photo look like a realtor photo to you? Is it just that we have a gray backdrop or
I mean, there's like one photo in here that's like, oh, okay. There's like a couple of photos in here that you used a lot and that were good. Uh,
I used this one a fair amount, I
yeah,
remember.
that's a good one. I'm not super bothered by it, but that was back when I rented studio time by the hour. And I was always frustrated because it's like, what's the set? What's filling the frame? And that always drove me bananas. I really just didn't like a by the hour place. And it turns out I was right to be annoyed by that because um like, I now have a studio where there's a wall painted over there, and there's a bunch of painted flats over there, and that's what I wanted. I just didn't, I couldn't afford a studio at the time. And now that I've had one, it's like, oh, yeah, we just have a bunch of stuff that people can stand in front of, and it's fine. But that era was super annoying.
Sure, it's you're making it work. We're making it work. But I remember feeling at the time like these were the first photos, like first good photos of myself I'd had taken. So I
Yeah.
like this one I used a bunch.
That one I like.
And this one is rolls of paper too. It's not even like a full It's not like a fully when eventually when you started painting full backdrops and stuff like that, you'd get multiple colors and the ones that look really artistic or whatever. This felt very like we were just kind of flying by the seat of our pants.
We were, and what I do like about that, though, is that even in a rental studio, you and I were already creatively problem solving and kinda just having a nice time with it,
Yeah,
and so we did eventually get to a picture that, like, it did work and you used it for kind of a long time.
definitely. This one was for a lot of promo stuff,
Yeah.
but it is really cool to see how far you've come too with when by the time, you have your own studio and are painting and finding cool, like, big pieces of paper and things that have, yeah, more of a, like, yeah, a you feeling or, like, a more artistic feeling to it. Um, okay, this one I used a lot too.
Oh, yeah, and that one I loved. I loved it when we took it. It made me happy when I found it in the pool. This is from Brett Davis's show, The Macaulay Culkin Show. August 24th, 2014.
I remember enjoying I happened to be standing in front of, some sort of graffiti that says "butt," and
Yeah.
it's, like, right on my shoulder, so, um, like, that's a fun Easter egg for, people who think the word "butt" is funny.
Yeah.
And those were really fun shows too. That was like he'd book a lot of people at once, and it would be like, yeah, people sitting cross-legged on the floor and stuff like that. Really fun.
Yeah, great punk rock vibes.
Definitely.
This next one is from Good Cop, Great Cop, New Timers premiere, October 24th, 2014. This is at Littlefield. Now, where do you think you were working at that time?
You said this was 2014?
2014.
By then, I was probably working on at that point, I think, Nikki and Sarah Live was the show I was writing for, which was Nikki Glaser and Sarah Schaefer co-hosting on MTV, live broadcast from the former TRL studio in Times Square, and, that would have been my first, like, writing job.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Wow. How long did that go on?
That was 2 seasons, so, like yeah, probably 2013, 2014, if I'm remembering correctly,
Yeah.
but, yeah, that was when I was like, "I'm doing it. Oh my god." Like, in the Writers Guild, like, getting, good health insurance. Wowee.
Wow.
Kinda wish I had that now still.
Do you remember how you got that job? Like, was it a packet?
It was a packet, but it was also that I had worked with Sarah at the 12:30 Jimmy Fallon show. We were both in that department doing, like, web original stuff and social media early-ish social media stuff. Um, and Nikki and Sarah had a podcast that became sort of the basis, like, it was, like, the proving ground for them as co-hosts, and then when the show got greenlit at MTV, I went with them,
Yeah.
and, uh, at the time, like, I don't know if it's just that it was, like, Barack Obama was the president, like, there was just this feeling like, "Oh my god, this is, like, women in late night," like, and there's gonna be more, like, more stuff like this coming, and it was, very adrenaline-filled to do a live show too, like, with not a ton of experience, where
Yeah.
it's like, you can't edit, so it was really exciting at the time. Uh yeah, feel really lucky that my first writing job was for 2 female hosts.
Yeah.
It's not
So
that common anymore.
so how were you doing a live show and still showing up in the archives, doing stand-up?
It was once a week, that's the key. We taped, or we broadcast once a week, and then the rest of the time, I could still do shows at night, so this New Timers thing was a web series that, uh, I had a very small part in, but the premiere show was also leather jackets? When are
Yeah.
we when is the motorcycle jacket gonna come back? But yeah, that was a very exciting time, and that this series was cool too. It was like 2 2 dudes in the post-apocalyptic, version of Brooklyn.
Yeah. Charlie Hankin and
Matt Porter.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of our friends were in that show.
Yes, I think Joe Perro was in it,
Yeah.
and probably Joe
I think
Firestone,
so, probably.
and maybe they'll pop up in here. I'm drawing some blanks now. This looks like this is the Bell House, right?
It's backstage at the old Littlefield.
There it is, yes.
Yeah, I loved that old backstage, yeah. And then we're gonna cut to okay, this is Body Snatchers, literally Halloween of 2014. You're wrapped in toilet paper. I'm not quite sure why.
I have no idea either.
I was really hoping you knew.
I've gotta be some kind of mummy or something, but I don't remember what the bit was at all. Um, I look I look gleeful to be wrapped in toilet paper.
Forever lost to time. Why?
Oh,
but it's a
man.
great photo. Now I do know what the next photo is. I don't know if you did 2 sets or maybe you took off the toilet paper wrapped around you and turned into, but this you are doing Robert Dean. You are being Robert Dean where because Robert Dean at that time had a hat that said comedy. We did a photo session with him wearing the hat that says comedy, and so this is you, um yeah,
So funny.
this is you being Robert Dean for Body Snatchers, and Body Snatchers is the one where comedians dress up like other comedians, but, like, not the famous comedians
Yeah.
like Sugar or Treat.
This
So,
one was at the creek, I think.
yeah, well, this is at the Creek in the Cave.
I remember, I think Nick Nanny did me as his one of his body snatchers, and his version of me was so neurotic that I was like it was an awakening. It was hilarious, by the way. I'm not trying to sound, um, insulted. I'm getting neurotic as I defend, like, it was hilarious.
And then we jumped to 51st Jokes in 2015, and we're back at the Bell House.
Love it.
And then do you remember where you were as we go into 2015?
2015, I did a couple of odd writing jobs that were shorter, like, this was probably I ended up moving to LA for, like, 2 3 years, basically. This probably was either right before that or I came back for this.
Okay.
I was working on, At Midnight, the Comedy Central edition of it, and, that was the job I moved for, but it was I'm sure I was back in New York a lot still, and if it's 51st Jokes, I probably would've come home. I'd still call it home.
Yeah.
Probably would've come back, see family, see this bunch of comedians who I, at this point, felt very close to,
Yeah.
and, oh, man, I see JFOD, I see Hallie Kiefer. That might be Sheng Wang?
I think so, and that's Jason Sign,
Yeah. Fun.
and Joe Zimmerman's in the photo as well.
That's right. Joe Zimmerman, um, was the opening act for my special taping.
Yep.
Still a good buddy. So fun.
Oh,
There's
and
Michelle.
yeah, you and
I
Michelle.
see Josh Gondelman in there. This is so cute. Going through many iterations of hair color also. I can see, yeah. Oh, that was like a box from CVS, or like, oh, that was sun in, or oh, I paid somebody for once, or
And that's you and Maria Heinig,
Aw.
just being silly. There's a window at the Bell House, and you're out there taking a call, and Maria Heinig is, like, motioning, like yeah,
He's cute.
so silly.
Taking a
Yeah, and this
call.
is you literally taking a call. Yeah.
You never miss a moment.
Yeah, and then and then the next photo is we do an outdoor shoot, which, by the way, I had forgotten about.
Wow, yeah, I kind of forgot about this too.
Yeah, this is October of 2015, and what's interesting is if this isn't the last outdoor shoot I do, it's close to it.
What made you stop?
It's a lot of things. Uh, I got this studio in 2016. Um, I started out outdoors. I do still love it, but what I vaguely remember about this day is how difficult it was finding backdrops
Yes.
because Williamsburg, like, when I started out, comedians would meet me at the house. We would carry gear together,
I remember this. Yes.
and then we would walk around. at just kinda, like, finding photos. But as more and more construction happened, it was like it's not like a fun photo in front of a condo building
Right.
that's like a brutalist gray.
I did use this one a fair amount. I remember, like, I don't know exactly where this was, but
It's close to Muchmore's in Williamsburg.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
I don't know how I remember that, but
That's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, outdoor shooting is, it's a dice roll, I guess, like
But yeah, the outdoor shoot, I did enjoy that day with you. Um, but I enjoyed it because it was you. We had already shot together before. Um, and so I felt comfortable like tootling around Williamsburg with you. But it just got more and more difficult. And like, you've never been particularly nervous about doing a photo shoot. You
that's
know,
more about you being a good photographer. I think with if you threw me with somebody else, I might clam up and whatever. But yeah, I wasn't nervous about walking around and trying stuff.
yeah. And, not once I had my own studio, I'm just kind of like, I'm not gonna sign up for something where the atmosphere has changed dramatically since I started shooting, and also 50-50 chance any of this will be good
Yeah.
because people might be nervous being in public and
What's funny is I feel like since this ti you said this is like 2015, like, what is a more common sight in 2026 than people posing on the street? It's like every day I leave my house, I see somebody doing a photo shoot, so and they don't even have nice equipment. It's iPhones. You know. But yeah,
yeah,
I think okay, wait, this is Knitting Factory.
that's Knitting Factory.
So
Yeah,
fun. This show used to make me very nervous to do. I
really?
felt like this was a really cool show,
What was
and,
nerve-wracking for you?
um, you can see, like, people are really packed in there,
Yeah.
and it was like this was Hannibal's show,
I think this is after he started it,
but
yeah.
at this point, it's Will Miles,
I think
Clark
so.
Jones, and
Yeah.
Kenny DeForest, and I think it was just like Um, one of those things where I was like, I better do a good job here because it's like every cool person, like, hanging around having a good time, and if you bomb and have to leave with, like, a sweaty back, if that's like a yeah. No, it didn't happen because being nervous sometimes helps you that way.
It
Keeps
does.
you from "Is this a knitting factory?"
That I wanna say we are back at yeah, we're back at Littlefield.
I look like a really serious realtor here, I feel
Yes, you do, and you have a very cool jacket on. That's, April 18th of 2016. That's Night Train with Wyatt Cenac.
That's another show I would've been, like, sweating balls a little bit to be on
Yeah.
as a Wyatt fan, but
Yeah, he's just the best.
he is the best,
Yeah, he
and
has over 1,000 photos.
oh my god,
He's coming in soon, but
you're gonna need to do, multiple installments.
we're not getting it in one. Then that's okay.
Pretty cute, though. I'm in a short hair, darker glasses. I'm enjoying these. This
Yeah.
is
We've moved on to you're at Two Dope Queens in October of
oh
2016.
my gosh.
So in 2016, you do Knitting Factory, you do Night Train, you do Two Dope Queens. Do you remember what you were working on at that time? Where you were a writer? Were you still at midnight?
No, by then, let's see, 2016, I think I was probably still in LA, but coming back to New York because I that's where my stand-up world was centered. But at this point, I did my first couple of roasts. I wrote for when they were on Comedy Central. It was the Comedy Central roast of Rob Lowe, Alec Baldwin. I did a couple of Independent Spirit Awardses when they were co-hosted by Nick Kroll and John Mulaney.
Oh, wow.
And then Nikki Glazer had her own show on Comedy Central then too called Not Safe that was all, like, sex and relationships and stuff like that, and that was those jobs were all kind of one after the other.
Wow.
Um, yeah, but I still obviously was making some great effort to get back to New York as much as possible.
Wow, so how were you doing that? Were you just incredibly organized, or were you writing all the time? Do you have a writing practice?
I think sometimes those jobs are a lot those jobs sometimes are, like, the roasts and award shows are, like, 3, 4 weeks, and then Nikki's show is probably, like, 10 or 12 episodes or something like that, so there were breaks along the like, between them. I think I was in a relationship with yes, my boyfriend at the time lived in New York, so I was also long distancing.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Oh, that always ends up perfect. And, I think, uh, yeah, it's just kind of juggling all those things. Again, it helps that, I would have been fine flying in, like, the dead last middle seat. I would have still slept peacefully for that full flight. Just, being young and flexible like that. Crazy stuff. But I ended up this was right before I moved back to New York permanently in 2017,
Okay.
and I think it probably had a lot to do with I mean, I'm having a blast on these shows. I'm like
Right.
stand-up in LA was way harder to put together too, like, if you don't have, like, tons of TV credits as a performer. I had credits as a writer, but I hadn't been on, like, a late night show or anything yet, and, it was a lot of asking people like, messaging people like, "Hey, can I do your bowling alley in Eagle Rock?" And then being like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Really?
Well, yeah, if they don't know who you are and I, I kinda don't blame them.
Right. How did you handle that, though, at the time, if you're there and you're writing for something that's very stressful and then you can't go and blow off steam?
I think I've probably conveniently blocked out some of the, like, more stressful stuff about living there. But I did sign up for there's still this app, it's called Rover, where you can sign up to have people leave their dogs with you. It's for dog owners who need dog sitters,
Right.
but I was in there just like, "I need a dog to stay with me." So I had a couple of people who would leave their dogs with me from Friday to Sunday.
Alright, see, this is the thing. The podcast
Get paid.
is mining for, like, healthy ways to have a decent art practice. That's a good one.
It's nice to have yeah, it
Yeah.
makes you, go for more walks and, yeah, make a little extra money, and I would let the dog sleep in my bed because why not? I had a projector, so I'd, like, put on a movie on the whole wall and just have, like, a stranger's dirty dog tucked under my armpit for, like I was charging really good rates because I needed it, so
Yeah, you just need to hang out with a dog.
okay. I'm
Or
sorry to cut off dog talk, but this is maybe the only known photo of me in a crop top, so gotta celebrate that this was captured. This is when you started collaging too.
yeah, so that's on that wall right there. This is 2017, August of 2017, and at that point, I have this studio, yes, but it's taken every single dollar that I have just to have the studio, and I've not yet been able to build what eventually we'll build, which is backdrops that move around the space, and so I put up, pieces of plywood, and they're taped onto the wall, and yeah, and we just
But, like, the triangles looked really cool, like,
yeah.
there's just awesome, like, texture in these, and then this one I still use. I'm basically catfishing people pretending like this is still my head, but, the this is the photo that's framed on the wall at the Comedy Cellar that I
Oh.
signed, like, when you go up and down the stairs there,
Oh, that's lovely.
and I still use this one all the time too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was like I think you were very in your groove, and I probably at this point was like, getting feeling myself a little bit more, so I use this one too.
Yeah, that was a great session. That was really great, and I know that it sounds like there's no way to say it that doesn't sound self-serving, but it genuinely is true. The more often you come in, it's like you're just gonna keep having better pictures, 'cause something about having to go through the process of picking out what you're gonna wear, what's your strategy gonna be, how do you wanna be photographed, like, thinking about these things, if you do it every couple of years, you just kinda get more comfortable with the process
Yeah,
and also just a little more, um, refined in, like, I know I wanna wear this. I know I hate it when I'm photographed in this, right?
yeah,
And the more you do it, just kinda the better it gets, and I feel like that shoot is an example of it because that's our 3rd shoot together,
that's right.
right?
And by
Um,
then, I'm like, "I am springing for the anti-glare coating on my glasses this time," and I
and
had
they look
gotten a
good.
feel. Well, yeah, I'd gotten a feel also for, like, taking some direction from you too about, I think sometimes the poses that look natural in pictures in while you're doing it don't always feel natural, like, lean forward, chin back, like, those sort of things in the moment, I would be overthinking them, but then in
Yeah,
the picture, it looks like easy breezy, so,
yeah,
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 it's so
yeah.
cool.
It's really fun. You definitely see it in that shoot, and you think you're back in New York by then?
2017 was when I moved back, and, that was so exciting. I didn't have a job lined up, I just knew I wanted to be back here, and, uh, it ended up being the right thing, like, it was just the right thing. Um, this looks like Bell House too.
Back for 51st Jokes,
Yeah!
kicking off 2018 in a strong way.
Oh my gosh, yes. 2018, okay, at this point, I am I have met my now husband, and, it was my first apartment alone in New York, which was definitely a huge deal,
Yeah,
and, uh, I started working on The President Show on Comedy Central, which is still, like, I would say, like, one of the most, if not the most, like, meaningful to me and, like, holds up really well, I
yeah.
think, and yeah, today is Anthony and Tamanek's birthday.
Oh,
He played Trump on The President Show, and, we just hung out last weekend. He's
yeah,
still, uh, I think one of the funniest people on the planet.
yeah. He and James Adomian, when they did those live shows
Trump and Bernie.
prior to the election, oh my goodness, those were
So
such great shows
yeah.
and quite prophetic, sadly.
I know, they predicted a whole lot on
They
those.
very much did.
I see Katie Hannigan, Hallie Kiefer. I love
Yeah,
both of them.
backstage at 51st Jokes.
This is 51st Jokes
Yeah,
too. Wow.
whole little string of 51st Jokes.
Love it.
And then you're right back at the Bell House for Las Culturistas.
Oh my gosh. Yes, this is another one. Okay, this was before. I don't know if they had the podcast, but it wasn't like
Yeah,
now it's amazing what a big show that is
it is.
now. Um,
But before it was, the podcast for everyone, it was such a great community event, you know? It brought so many people together, kind of serving in the same function as what a 51st Jokes would do, right? Where you're just bringing so many people together, everybody's meeting backstage, and I'm a sucker for a big show.
these were really hot shows.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why I'm wearing a feathered cap.
I
That's the one thing I can't explain here, but
everyone did for the first several shows, I don't remember why. But, this one has Matt and Bowen laughing at Emmy as she's doing her "I don't think so, honey," and we have a couple of great shots of that.
oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, March 16th, 2018.
So cool. Yeah, those were really you're so right, that community, that cross section of people, there were folks I had never seen before in that bunch that were like where I'm just like, "Oh my god, this is, like, the most, like, electric," like, everybody felt like stars there. It's cool.
Yeah. I I love a show where half of the people I've known forever and we're catching up, and the other half of people I've never heard of, I've never seen them before a day in my life. That's a great night for me. It's my favorite thing, and that show, they did a great, great job of that.
So true. And then what is
This is
this?
okay, alright, so speaking of large shows, okay, so this is Cox Against Glocks.
Oh my god.
50 comedians tell dick jokes to benefit gun control. We coulda worked on that title. We coulda worked on that title a little.
Clogs.
50 comedians tell dick jokes to benefit gun control. That's a long one. I don't remember whose show this is. I'm sorry that I don't remember if this is your show. But this was on March 28th, 2018 at Littlefield, and I'm just saying we coulda workshopped the title.
It's so funny.
It's a Cox Against Glocks. That part's good. It's the subtitle that's got me.
Sure, and it's, like, standing in front of a giant sign that says "Cox" is also
Yeah,
pretty great, but I'll
yeah.
always say yes to a charity benefit.
Well, also, this is a show with 50 comedians on it.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of those formats.
yeah.
Here's this was something
Yeah, so that looks like it's backstage. Oh, that's interesting. That's backstage for Joe Zimmerman's album release party for Innocence.
yes,
So I
this
didn't
is
get.
Littlefield, right?
Yeah, it's funny because the other show is Littlefield, uh, and then this is Littlefield. Um,
These
yeah,
are
October 17th, 2018.
very cute. I remember
And you have on, like, a really cool red jumpsuit, or and not jumpsuit, but, it's like red pants and a red shirt. It's quite a look, and it worked.
ooh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember going through a phase of feeling like I guess I'm still in it, of feeling like red is, like, a power color or something like that.
yeah.
And have you ever had, like, your what is it, like, the seasonal color analysis where they, like,
No,
drape fabrics on you?
no, what'd they say to you?
They said I'm a deep autumn and, like, dark reds is, like, one of the main colors. I don't think this is a necessary excursion for anybody, but it's, like, I would put it, maybe slightly more useful than a palm reading or something like that. But I obviously took the advice to heart and wore a lot of dark red. But yeah, Joe Zimmerman, that's sweet.
Yeah, so we have a lot of photos from this night, I think just because there were a lot of good performance shots of you. And then we have a lot of fun photos. So fun fact, I that is the cover of Joe's record called Innocence. This was a party for the release of Innocence, and I shot the cover.
That's
And
so
it's
cool.
the cover on a cake. Cover printed out on the cake.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And this is you guys having fun
Yeah,
backstage.
so cute.
And by this point, Littlefield has moved to the location that it's in today. So this is, to me, I still call it the new Littlefield. It's been there for close to a decade, and it's the new location of Littlefield.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are fun. Oh, I'm eating some of that cake now.
Yeah.
Love it.
And the thing is, like, I tried to call, but there were just a bunch from this night that I liked. I was like, yeah, that's also good.
Okay, this is a different show, I think.
So this is Black Thoughts presents Delirious.
Yes. This was really fun.
November 10th, 2018, at a place called Villain.
Yes, that's somewhere in Williamsburg. I feel like
Mhm.
maybe along Kent.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, he's such a natural, like, when he wants to do stand-up, he can do stand-up.
Yeah.
It does not go the other way. I can't, rap or freestyle, or do any, musical anything, but he's really naturally funny, and this was so fun.
Yeah, this was a super fun night. Yeah. And then cut to
Yeah.
a photo session here in the very studio where we are taping this episode. This is February of 2019, and this is for your record called Party Nights?
Party nights,
Yeah,
yeah. At the time, 2019, we did not take video, like, how crazy. We just released the audio, but it still needed an album cover, and, my now husband, Nick, was in here with us throwing confetti in the air,
yeah.
and I
He
brought a
was on a
rotisserie
ladder.
chicken to put birthday candles in. I mean, I ended up using a lot of these photos for I did Edinburgh Fringe for the first time in 2019, and a lot of these ended up being, like, press photos and posters and stuff like that, and,
Yeah,
I remember yeah, there it is. I remember, the one with the chicken and the candles. This one got used as a poster a bit 'cause it does stand out, like,
yeah.
there are, like, 3,000 other shows at Edinburgh, but do they have a chicken with candles? I mean, this is you gotta differentiate yourself in this market.
It did smell like chicken in here for a day or two.
Once it gets to that nice, like, the room temp where, you shouldn't eat it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these are so
Those
cool.
were so fun, and I'm so happy with, like, how those were lit. They're just really fun and clean and happy, and I
Yeah.
like that cover.
I do
That was a great
too.
cover,
I do too.
and we got that me, you, and Nick.
That's right. It was that was a really fun day,
Yeah,
and I'm still, very proud of that album, like, that
yeah,
was, like, the first, you know, like, long set I released, and, it's yeah, I'm so glad that you were a part of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so this podcast is not just me. This podcast is Eric Durkin on cinematography. We've also got Jeremy Balin running sound. Jeremy's also doing our edits. If you like how those edits are turning out, if you're liking how things sound, that's Jeremy. And then we also have Leon Byrne. Leon is just kind of filling in all kinds of stuff that needs to happen and helping us out with a lot of spreadsheets and data. She did our blog post today. And everybody today with Emmy's episode, Emmy doesn't want to rush through box two. I don't want to rush through box two. The whole team is like, let's not rush things. It's not what the podcast is about. So we're going to kind of time travel a bit and we're going to go from this last cover, which you can still get. This is on Spotify and all the
Yeah, all the
places.
places.
All right. So Emmy Blotnick Party Nights. Super fun. This was a super fun cover shoot. There are still little bits of gold confetti that will fall from the ceiling every now and then.
No
Yeah.
way.
And so Emmy's husband Nick was on a ladder, and then we had these large pieces of foam core. In the business, we call them V flats. So these V flats were giving us some negative fill on the side. And Nick was on a ladder. And then we also had a fan. And he was like using the fan and standing on a ladder and dropping the confetti down. And the confetti was blowing all over the place. And it's never fully left the studio. Never fully left,
That's so
and
funny.
every now and then, like, really, truly, I don't see any today, but that doesn't mean it's not here with us, but yeah, every now and then some will kinda come down, it's just a delight.
Lovely.
But we're gonna time travel, from Emmy's release, Party Nights, and we're gonna go into a special that you can go and watch right now. And that's gonna be on your channel?
It will be on, it might be on my channel, but a 800-pound gorilla is definitely, they're the ones who produced it, and, it's called What's Her Secret? That's the title of the new special, and it's because that's a question that, people ask when, like, a woman looks amazing, but nobody's ever asked me my secret, so okay, so here is a special one or a special taping one. Um, okay, speaking of seasonal color analysis, I'm back in dark red and in 2 reds, but and trying lipstick for the first time on the day of a big taping. Great idea.
I thought it looked great.
Thank you. I had a really cool makeup artist, Mandy came and did the ooh, these are they're very sweet pictures. Mindy, you killed this. Sorry if I shouldn't curse on here.
I had the best time. This is at Union Hall, but
Yes.
it doesn't quite look like Union Hall because you had a set dresser. Yeah, make a special special.
That's right.
Um, but yeah, this was a joy to be around for, and I love shooting in that small space for a special. There's just something great about the energy down there, and
Totally.
yeah, the
It's such
special's
a
incredible.
comfortable thank you. It was a really fun taping, and Joe Zimmerman and Shalewa Sharp were my hosted opener, and they're in those pictures from Joe's release too, so I do love seeing, yeah, these, long and loving relationships and stuff. But here's yeah, these curtains are all blue, but with the lights and stuff, you get some purples and all this stuff. So cute.
Yeah, I think the lipstick looks phenomenal
Oh,
there.
thank you. It's, maybe someday I'll learn how to do it myself. This was so fun. I was so happy that you could be the photographer this night too. I wouldn't have wanted anybody else. And yeah, so fun.
And this is you with the notebook, getting
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us a little bit about your experience of doing a special, like, under current? Like, it just feels like everything in the business is, like, seismically shifted. Um, like, once upon a time, it felt like there was a system that we were under, and now there's just no system. And, like, how do you sort of keep at the work in these moments of doubt and no structure?
It's I do feel like yeah, I get nostalgic sometimes for when there were gatekeepers and people who would handle, handle your marketing for you, handle the schedule of how it would be released and all that kind of stuff. And now it's so much more on the artist to get out there and spread the word and all that stuff. I guess the plus side is like, you know, there are people who maybe wouldn't have gotten to release a special in the old way that now can, and sometimes it is like a huge hit, and it's cool that it's, more democratic, but I also miss, like, a party with swag and, like, the institutional stamp of approval that comes from, like, Comedy Central or HBO or a place like that saying, like, "Yes, you." So I feel, happy that I get to put something out at all, like, I'm very grateful to get to release a special, but I, think when I got started, I didn't picture it being, like, uh, such a scrappy you have to be scrappy, and it's unless you're, an arena comedian, if you're I won't name names there, but you know which comedians play arenas. And yeah, so there's, I think this was quite a while in the making, because at one point uh one of the like networks that could have given it a budget was like, what if we did it? But the terms of the deal were not very favorable and it was a lot of back and forth. And I was like, no, we're gonna go to Union Hall, we're gonna do it um, you know, like kind of down and dirty, small crew, uh, like we'll put up curtains, we'll make it look different, we'll, still make it feel special, but uh yeah, it's very the goalposts just keep moving. Doesn't it feel that way for you too a little bit? Like
It does, and that's part of why we're doing the podcast, right? Is like I feel that the system that was pretty similar for maybe a generation or 2 is just gone, and I'm not really trying to make a value judgment about whether that's good or bad or in the middle, but I am just concerned because we have lost a lot of craftsmanship and honestly, executive function. We've lost, there were a lot of people who made things look easy,
yeah.
and they're not around anymore. And I think just kind of, you know, thinking about what it takes to build a career and looking at what worked, what's still in place. Is there a way that we could rebuild? Oh, it seems to me the moment we're in is incredibly inefficient because every single comedian is having to become an independent production company,
Yes.
and that is probably not for the best.
Well, it's super time consuming to begin with. Like if you do a set, but then you have to go home and cut up your set into clips and put captions on it and then post it in all these places and like tag it the right way and like just be pumping stuff out. Like I think in when I started at least, comedians kind of looked like they weren't the ones putting all the effort into the self-promotion. It made them seem a little bit more mysterious.
Right,
And I that was something I found, like, really, like, intriguing about it. But now that curtain is totally pulled back and you see everybody, like, basically barking for themselves,
yeah.
like, it's taken me a long time to get my head around it. Like, I didn't use Instagram for 12 years. I just started about a month and a half ago and had to just sort of, like, get over myself a little bit and be
Right,
like, "No, this is just what it is now." But, I was, I think, maybe delusionally holding out hope that somebody would come in and, uh, be like, "I'm powerful and I'll make this all happen." And
right.
that I don't think that person's coming.
Well, they all got laid off.
And, maybe I can help them now. No, I'm kidding. I do miss those people. Like, I think I used to sometimes get frustrated and be like, "Oh, this booker doesn't like me," or like, "This person only likes this kind of comedian," or whatever, but at least there was a vision and, like, a curation happening. Because now it's more like who can be the loudest and, like, who can cut through the noise the most, and that's, not every comedian's strong suit.
Yeah,
In fact, the comedians be like the most are often not that loud. So, yeah.
and maybe not that great with people.
That's true
Right?
too.
Like, that's
Yeah.
the thing is that I do think that you come into the archives in an era when comedians really truly could just focus on trying to do like 5, 6 sets a night,
Mhm.
and have that be a goal. And in the course of doing that many sets in a night, at some point, you were probably going to run into industry
Yeah, they were out.
out. The number of times I saw Bill McGrath, like, in the basement of Union Hall, like, just, because he was helping someone build a set for their half hour.
Yeah.
Talent and allowing talent to just worry about being talent,
Mm.
that's a really special skill. Um, and yeah, most of those people are doing other things now. And I think it's a really huge loss. And so I don't know the precise message of this podcast or the thesis of it. That's kind of what we're all working on together. But I think to not acknowledge that there's been a huge loss.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like I see industry folks attending shows at night as much. I feel like they're looking online and kind of order your comedians online now, and it's results may vary when you do that. So, I don't know. I feel really grateful that I was here for a time when, like, my first agent found me from attending a show I did, like, approached me in person,
Nice.
and we worked together for, like, 11 years, and she was incredible. She's still talking about it like she's dead, but, like, just that time she's still alive and doing great. But the time of, like, this is a community you need to go physically be present for, I miss that, and, like, before we started taping, we were talking about when you would do a Comedy Central, a weekend of tapings, and they would assign you a PA that would help you focus on your
Oh,
work,
yeah.
help you stay in your craft and stuff like that, like, those things make a huge difference.
Yeah. It makes a makes a huge difference. And there's a reason that there were professionals who did those things,
Yeah.
right? And so I worry about a comedian right now who's just starting out, who doesn't have a social media team, and
Mm.
um I worry about, like, what's gonna be the path for them. And so I'm still, like, out at shows because, like, I seem to be one of the last, you know, infrastructure pieces that, like, will go and, like, see someone who's just starting out, and if it's good, I'll be like, "Hey, that was really good," you know? Like,
That's huge.
just because, like, I remember how to do that, it feels like, I don't know, let's try it, but at the same time, I can't be a one-woman band for it, um, because that's exhausting, and I have a husband and dog, and they're so cute.
Yeah, it's, the online aspect of it is such a, like, it's like a beast that can never be fed, and, like, I was even going through these pictures, there's a few where I was able to use them for, like, many years in a row, and now I think it would look like crazy if you just post the same picture over and over again, and it's like more and more and more, you have to keep photographing yourself, keep putting up videos, or it's just it's tough. It's like yeah. My if I could make laws or rules around this, I think it should be disclosed how much everyone is paying for their content to be produced and, disseminated. There should be a disclaimer. This person is spending X 4 or 5 digits a month or whatever, and, yeah, you should be able to filter by who's doing 0, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just spitballing here.
That's the thing is, like, for all this talk, right, of, "Oh, isn't it great that there's no gatekeepers anymore?" There are gatekeepers. It's the algorithm now,
Yeah.
right?
Ooh, yeah.
And that's who the gatekeeper is, and the way that you get past that gatekeeper is you flood the zone with content. Well, to flood the zone with content, you're gonna need to be posting every day, and to do that, you're gonna need to have a team, and to do that, you're gonna need to have money, and so basically what we've done is we've taken a system that favored people who came from money or had a history in the business or had some type of relationship there. We've taken that and then we took a detour where we cared about diversity for about a decade. And now people who have enough money to participate in the algorithm will fare very well. Right? And so some things have changed, but for the most part, we've kind of just gone back to it's going to be who can afford to finance their own special, or who's desperate enough to sign away rights to their work um, in a predatory way. And so I look at that and I'm like, I don't really think that talent is in a better position now than the day that I started. And actually, having been around for all of it, uh, think they probably were better off in 2008 than they are today. Um, Probably?
I think so. I mean, it felt like it was a way less crowded field. I hadn't even started in 2008, and, I felt like there were not as many comedians, which made it look like, "Oh, maybe there's room for another one." But I think the other thing in addition to money and playing the algorithm game or whatever is, like, this current system rewards people who have no shame. And that's not to turn this into therapy, but it's like, yeah, how do you overcome feelings of like, "Oh, I don't wanna, like, I don't wanna be, like, staring at my face and bothering people all day. This doesn't feel like the thing we signed up for,"
Yeah.
but, we're all trying to stay afloat, and you don't wanna give up on your art or your craft or what like, just because the conditions around it have gotten weirder and worse, but it's really whew, I sure would love for there to be, yeah, big more teams of people that are, helping facilitate the art and the craft, and taking some of that off of our plates a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, tell us again about your special.
Oh, yeah, this is, my special is called What's Her Secret? It is on YouTube, which is wonderful, and, I'll be cutting it up into clips and posting it everywhere.
And when you see those clips, go to her YouTube and subscribe and play it while you're making a complicated recipe from the Barefoot Contessa. Such as maybe she has a really great recipe for rice and butternut squash with Marcona almonds and dried cranberries. I'm telling you, make this thing, bring it to like a summer barbecue. You're going to be the hero of this thing. And the amount of time it's going to take to watch her special, that's about how long it's going to take you to prep and do that recipe. I'm just trying to help you have a better life.
That's a very good tip. There should be a split screen where you can do half comedy special, but then also, watch the Contessa. I wanna see how big the cubes of squash are in this thing too.
Um, uh, a little less than an inch square,
Ooh,
and you roast them.
nice.
Yeah, she's just the best.
She is the best.
Yeah.
You're the best too, Mindy.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. This is so yeah, it's so fun, and you are the archivist. Like, you have truly it's an amazing, treasure trove you have here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can't wait for episode 2.
Yahoo!
I'm taking pictures of you. I'm taking pictures of everything.
This is my friend Emmy. She has a comedy special coming out. By the time this video is out, the special will be available on YouTube. You should watch it immediately. Stop what you're doing. Just press pause on this video. Go to Emmy's page and watch that video. We'll wait. That's great.
Thanks, Mindy, that was perfect.
I'm taking pictures of you. I'm taking pictures of everything. A woman likes to